This week on The Scene, Manfred Harter and My Kind of Karma. Manfred Harter may look familiar to some Shaw viewers. He hosted Manfred's Guitar on Shaw for 5 years. His career has taken him around the world, but he's called the Okanagan home for 20 years now. And if you've ever wondered how the guitar is played on Mars, well, you'll want to stay tuned.
In Northern Ontario, I recall the vivid moments of the Buddy Holly story and the Buddy Holly life. A school friend taught me some chords, A, D, and E. Just the way all the rockabilly people learned how to play because of the open bass notes. And played a little bit in high school. Left high school fairly early and became a typesetter for a weekly newspaper and began to play electric bass with Sammy J and the Stingrays in Northern Ontario. We played small towns. We had powder blue suits. After leaving the Toronto Daily Star as a typesetter, I traveled to the Middle East. I got lost in Aleppo, I got lost in Amman, Damascus, Syria, Jordan, Afghanistan, Italy, Rome, Germany, England, but somewhere in Paris, I discovered the classical guitar. And the classical guitar stayed with me And when I came back to Canada a number of years later, I began to study the classical guitar. And those studies took me to France on scholarship, to the French Riviera, the Conservatory of Nice, back to Jeunesse Musicale, Mount Orford, more scholarship studies, and then I was asked to live in Japan with the maker of the Kono Guitar Company, and I learned to build guitars for a year and a half in Tokyo. 1979, and I'm in northern Alberta at my father's funeral. And that was a changing moment in my life. The highlight was when I played for the people that were gathered for the funeral for my father. And at the end of the piece of music, it was very quiet in the church, but there was a rumbling. And I saw my mother's face in the audience. I don't think you call a funeral group an audience, but the members of the congregation. And my mother had her finger up like this, and I couldn't understand what she meant, but I listened to this rumbling, and then I realized what it was. The minister had fallen asleep behind me. That was what the was. So of course, it was theater. So I played a violent A minor chord and turned around, and there he was. Oh, very good. He woke up just like that. It was the minor chord that did him in.
Now the facts are plain for all to see, or so it seems to me. Like the leaves upon the branches of that big old maple tree. We could be distant cousins long before we sail the sea. But I won't make lots of money selling my genealogy. And I have traveled east and west to meet the family of man. And here's a song for all of you with roots in other lands. Then I got to thinking how the lines get really blurred. If half the world is sleeping, well, the other half's at work. It seems to me we think in shifts, it's either day or night. But when the stars come out to play, you can't tell black from white. I've traveled east and west to meet the family of man. And here's a song for all of you with roots in other lands. Now some of us were here before confusion built its nest. But Canada, from coast to coast, will give you all her best. But some have gone as heroes, some have died with broken hearts. But not unlike the grizzly bears, we'll try to leave our mark. And I have traveled east and west to meet the family of men. And here's a song for all of you with roots in other lands. And here's a song for all of you with roots in other lands.
Guitar technique is endless. It's absolutely endless. I should show you and I should share with the Shaw viewers how they play the guitar on Mars. You see, on Mars, Martians have only 3 fingers on the left hand, 2 they use to hold the guitar, like this. 1 is used for playing the chords, and they only need 1 finger on the right when they're children to start. So here on Shaw cable is the Martian national anthem. I think that this was where, what's his name, got his shredding techniques from. This, here we go. The children only use 1 finger. You see? This is a true story. This is how they play the guitar on Mars. And when they become older, and when the Martians turn to adults, they learn to use their 2nd finger. And that enables them to play much faster. So here's the Martian national anthem from an adult's point of view. And then eventually they stop, have a coffee break, just like the rest of us here on Earth, you see. Look for manfredharter.com and look for Manfred's Mandroids, because I make little people and I let them dance to my music, particularly to the songs. The song Change Over Me is used on the video. But I'm not sure whether I'm going to be producing a CD of my songs. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to be a singer or like to be a singer, but I enjoy trying to sing and I enjoy writing songs. And my contribution to Canada was one of the works that we recorded Canada from coast to coast. Ironic that at this time of Idle No More, there's a moment that actually the song is evocative of some of the issues, although the issues are not mentioned, but it mentions that there is a little bit of confusion in the ranks being the provinces and our dealing with each other. And if I go to the other world at some point, if there's one thing I would like to leave behind, it's my nice guitar strap, which was made from the world of the Indigenous people in Canada, and the song Canada from Coast to Coast. It's one of my, I think that's my favorite song, the song about Canada.
Farthest west you go, on the sunshine coast. It's raining every day. I think I'm gonna stay. But if I have to go, I guess I'll stay on the boat. And I'll roll, 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 till I can't see the shore. And I'll roll, in my stolen boat. When I reach some other shore, I'll be shipwrecked once more, once more. Under another sky, I catch a stranger's eye, but I got a foreign smile, and I'm humming all the while. There's nothing left to sell. Storm clouds start to swell, and it rains, rains, rains. It's time to move again, so I'll roll, in my stolen boat. When I reach some other shore, I'll be shipwrecked once more, once more. Floating if I'm thinking, hope the boat's not sinking. Floating if I'm thinking, hope the boat's not sinking. Floating if I'm thinking, hope the boat's not sinking. No. Floating if I'm thinking, hope the boat's not sinking. No. Floating if I'm thinking, hope the boat's not sinking.
Although the band is based in Kelowna, all the members of My Kind of Karma hail from Bowmanville, Ontario. The childhood friends went their separate ways after college, but reunited in the Okanagan in 2012 to found the reggae and folk-inspired band.
Floating if I'm thinking.
We just finished our recording for our 6-song Part 1 album called Sweet Wild Life. I won a competition run at Pheasant and Quail called Talented Kelowna. It was like a singer-songwriter competition. It was open to anything, but it was mostly just local musicians. And I won first prize, and Music City Studios was a big sponsor for that, and that helped to pay for a big chunk of our album.
Yeah, we were very surprised when we won. There was a lot of tough competition in there, a lot of solid bands in Kelowna, and we're just lucky enough to be able to have won it.
This is just the beginning for us, really. We're planning on touring as much as we can around the Okanagan and Canada in general this summer, as far as we can go, and hopefully make enough money selling the first half of the CD to get recording the second half as soon as possible. We try to bring as much energy to the stage as possible and make it an interactive process so that there's not a wall in between the band and the people out in the crowd, we kind of want to break that and have everyone feel comfortable and get up and dancing.
Simple man, try my best to avoid even raising my hand. And I thought all night about it, it's rolling around in my head. There's no doubt about it. I said I'm gonna shoot your man. There's not too much you can't misunderstand. I'm gonna shoot your man. I'm gonna try my best to keep the blood running. I'm gonna shoot your man. There's not too much you can't misunderstand. Shoot your man. Knock him down just the way he stands. You see that girl I've known too long enough to know between what's right and wrong. As of late, you see, the smile is gone, and it's plain to see that the time has come. I'm gonna shoot your man. There's not too much you can't misunderstand. Shoot your man. Gonna try my best to keep the blood running. I'm gonna shoot your man. There's not too much you can't misunderstand. I'm gonna shoot your man. Knock him down just the way he stands. Just the way he stands. Not the way he stands. Just the way he stands. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I said I gotta do this before it's too late. You gotta drain out the pond before you get to the lake. He's gotta go, so I take his place. Like a man without a home, it's just a tick, tick, tick. I wanna shoot your man. There's not too much you can't misunderstand. Shoot your man. Try my best to keep the blood running. I wanna shoot your man. There's not too much you can't misunderstand. Shoot your man. Knock him down just the way he stands. Just the way he stands. Not the way he stands. Just the way he stands. Oh, oh, oh.
My Kind of Karma is a hard sound to sum up, but our main influences style-wise are folk music, reggae, a little bit of bluegrass, some punk rock, jazz. We're kind of all over the map from what our interests are, but I think it all kind of collaborates together to make one unique sound.
Rock and roll!
We all write in the band. The songs that we have worked out that we play together is predominantly me and Isaac that write, but everyone in the band brings something to the table and we all collaborate together, and nothing's really a finished product until we do it as a band.
I also do some songwriting for the band. One of my biggest influences as far as songwriting goes would be Robbie Robertson from the band. They've always just had a way of wooing me with their majestical tunes.
Wooing and wowing. For me, learning these instruments, I learned them when I was very small, playing bluegrass. I was surrounded by bluegrass music mostly, and that's where I picked up the banjo, learning from Sally Ryba of Hard Ride. And eventually learned how to pick up the ukulele, and big influences Bella Fleck for the banjo, of course, probably the greatest who ever existed, and Jake Shimabukuro as well on the ukulele. I hope to one day play as good as either of those people. Some people find it a little funny that there's a ukulele in rock music, especially when it's turned up so loud. And the banjo, I don't know, people usually like to see a banjo around, whether it's being played or not.
I feel like every song that I write, at least, is inspired a little bit differently. Lately, living in BC, nature has kind of been my biggest inspiration, getting away from other people and just kind of having that isolation to be able to think and create something unique.
just the other night. Asked if it would be alright if she could rip my soul away. So what's the worst that could happen if I were to let go? Let the moon rip my soul away. The city lights, oh, the city lights, the way they light up the night sky, well, they're nothing compared to you. The city lights, goddamn, they shine bright and they light my way till daylight, but they're nothing compared to you. Cause every night you seem to change. Everybody seems to act the same. Show me where you are tonight. Cause I know you're there when I look away. You'll be back on another day, and I'll miss you when the feeling is right. Oh, the city lights, oh, the city lights, the way they light up the night sky, well, they're nothing compared to you. Oh, the city lights, goddamn, shine bright and they light my way till daylight, but they're nothing compared to you.
For more information on this week's artists, find them on the web